Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, The Password. Thank you so much for liking, for sharing and for your comments. We really do appreciate it. So today I want to briefly discuss the importance of being self-aware before we enter into any marriage or relationship. Because a lot of women are broken. A lot of women are broken, but what we don't know is that a lot of men are extremely broken too. And then when two broken people come together, the man is seeking for the woman to validate him. And the way that he sees love is, regardless of how many times that I mess up, you're supposed to accept me. And the woman is looking for validation for the man to make her feel good about herself. And when he doesn't, she feels worthless. We need to be aware of who we are. What is it that we need to work on? What is it that is our responsibility? So that when we get into a relationship, we're not seeking for our partners to fulfill those things that we need to do ourselves. Because if we don't already know where the tweaking needs to take place, and then we enter in a relationship with somebody who's also coming into the relationship with their own issues, but we're expecting them to fix us, it's not going to happen. And that's when conflict comes. And then the society is teaching a lot of women, for you to be considered to be a good wife, a supportive wife, you're supposed to become a rehabilitation center where a man can mess up so many times, but it's your job as a woman to forgive him and still remain in the marriage. Because regardless of how toxic the marriage is, because otherwise it's always going to be the woman's fault. And then we're living in a world where a man is not, the society is not allowing men to rejoice and honor their wives, because when they are seen, they, even their own, consider them to be weak, to be lost, because the man's world expects you to sleep around, for you to raise your voice at your wife, for you to raise your voice at your children, for you not to really have a connection. But inside, we're all dying because we are seeking something from the other person that we need to give to ourselves first. And this is why it's important for us to be self-aware, because as much as you're hurting, as much as you're carrying certain wounds or even marks, so is the other party. So when you're coming into the marriage, if your focus is, I'm going to do everything that I can to meet the need or the responsibility that falls on my shoulder, and the same is the other party is also doing the same, then everybody will be taken care of. But when your focus is, I'm in this relationship for her or for him to fulfill me because she needs to do these things for me to feel validated, it's not going to happen. Because we all have our shortcomings, we all have our own issues that we haven't yet resolved, that we are trying to resolve. And we cannot place our life in another person's hands. We need to become accountable of the things that we need to work on for ourselves, of the things that we need to achieve for ourselves, and not place that responsibility on another person. And this is why it is very important to become self-aware before we get into any relationship. I hope that makes a little bit of sense, and we will definitely explore this further. Have a very good day. Thank you so much for joining us again. Bye-bye.